Central Africa. A quarter of a million people are now homeless in the Democratic Republic of Congo. There are desperate scenes as people struggle to get what little aid refugee camps. Diplomatic efforts to resolve the crisis are at full pitch. The presidents of Rwanda and Congo have both agreed to attend the summit, and France and Britain have sent their foreign ministers to the region. Orla Guerin is in the Congolese town of Goma. You may find some of her reports distressing. Alan Little there. Well, later in the programme we'll hear from Tim Irwin from the UNHCR. The U.S. State Department says Libya has paid $1.5 billion into a compensation agreed to create the fund in a deal signed earlier this year. The BBC's Washington correspondent Kim Gattas reports. Broadcast an interview with the man who assassinated the former Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin. Yigal Amir, an extremist Jew, has never expressed his actions. Israeli politicians have condemned the television channels for airing the remarks. At least 6 Belgian tourists have been killed and dozens injured in a bus crash in southern Egypt. The driver, who was apparently speeding, lost control and veered off the road, causing the bus to overturn several times. The injured were flown to Cairo, where they're recovering in hospital. 6 are reportedly in Syria. Have arrested 20 raids across the country. The raids were carried out in a joint operation with the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration. Some of the alleged dealers are also accused. In America, the presidential candidates John McCain and Barack Obama are into the final sprint for the White House, with just 3 days to go before Tuesday, ahead in all the national polls and some key states. But John McCain has been telling voters that America editor Justin Webb reports. A lot of conflicting advice, and many pregnant women may decide in the end that it's safest just to steer clear of drink altogether. This is World News Today from the BBC. The main news: within eastern Congo, world leaders have agreed with terrorism. Families of the Lockabik of Congo. Tens of thousands of people have fled their homes, and there are reports that refugee camps have been attacked and burned. Told me that thousands are helpless and in desperate need. Tim Irwin there. The American General David Petraeus has taken over U.S. military operations throughout the Middle East and much of Asia, including Afghanistan. Dismissal of the country's Air Force chief after he argued that Japan was not an aggressor in World War II. Japan was lured into the war by the U.S. 2 Austrian hostages kidnapped by Al-Qaeda in the Tunisian Sahara in February have been freed. Al-Qaeda's North Africa. A senior member of Britain's Special Forces, the SAS, has resigned in protest at what he's called chronic underinvestment in the kit provided to those fighting in Afghanistan. It's reported that in his resignation letter, he claimed the lack of equipment was cavalier at best and criminal at worst. He accused the Ministry of Defence of gross negligence in ignoring his repeated warnings that the Snatch armoured Land Rover didn't offer enough protection. Our Defence correspondent Caroline Wyatt reports. It took 46 days and nights to complete the jeans, which weigh almost 2 tons. The garment is currently being showcased at an exhibition in Lima. Don't fancy having to wash those. Our main news again, with the humanitarian crisis in eastern Congo worsening, Congolese and Rwandan leaders have agreed to a peace summit. World News Today, tens of thousands of Pakistanis still without shelter after their homes were destroyed by Wednesday's earthquake. The powerful poetry inspired by the war to end all wars, is it still pertinent today? You're watching World News Today, the latest headlines now on the BBC. The Rwandan and Congolese presidents have agreed to attend a summit to try to resolve the conflict in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. The agreement came after the European Union